We're joined on the line now by Alvan Hunt of Hexafly, an Irish insect farmer, black soldier flies, Alvan. This was a landmark decision by the European Food Safety Authority yesterday. It decreed that a submission from a French insect farming company. Now it's yellow, dried yellow mealworms, but effectively it decreed that the protein from these worms is safe for human consumption.
Yeah, hi Vincent. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, it is. We welcome the ruling in general. I think it's quite a positive step for the whole insect industry. As you said, it only relates specifically to dried yellow mealworm, but it's generally a good ruling and will push forward other submissions. So there's been a number of different novel food applications in relation to insects that have gone in the last couple of years. This one went in 2018. So it's expected that will then push forward the other insect applications also. So the next step with the approval is that it then goes to the EC to be voted on, and then the full approval and commercialization is expected mid-summer 21. Yeah.
Now, you're pretty focused on developing insect protein for the animal food sector, and we'll talk about that in a minute, Alvan. But black soldier flies would produce every bit as much protein, possibly for the human consumption, as yellow mealworms. So does this ruling open up a potential market for you, for the human food chain over the coming years?
Yeah, it does indeed. I mean, as you said, as I mentioned, our main focus at the moment is animal feed and gearing up for that and expansion with that. But it certainly does. It presents a new market opportunity for us. It's something that we can look at. We've talked about it before as well, and we certainly could look at the possibility of supplying black soldier fly protein as a food ingredient to other companies. So it's definitely in our plans and in our pipeline for the future. Yeah.
And the potential here is, I mean, when people think of insects as human food, they think of, perhaps pretty horrific pictures of a whole insect on their plate. But effectively what this would be, certainly in a European context, would be a ground powder from the insect's body or the larva's body that would be used as a protein ingredient that could be used on ordinary meals or in fitness shakes and powders.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the main goal of a lot of these companies that have applied. Like for example, the French company, most of the applications are looking to use it as a powdered ingredient. So you'd have it in protein bars, cakes, snacks. Even there's one application for protein pasta. The other one would be like as a replacement for to be used in bodybuilding as a protein shake. So something to replace whey protein. So it would be as a protein powder basically, and the main use would be just to have it as an additional food ingredient that's high in protein.
And one of the advantages of this is that the protein derived from insects, such as soldier flies that you farm yourselves, is a more sustainable, environmentally friendly source of protein than, say, animal meat.
Well, I wouldn't say it's 100%. It's sustainably produced, absolutely, and it falls into a category of new alternative sustainable proteins, and that's what we were replacing when it comes to the animal feed side. But it also has a ton of other health benefits as well, gut benefits, digestibility, hyperallergenic, and a lot of the stuff that has been. A lot of the good research and benefits that have come out in relation to animal health benefits, we think a lot of those are going to translate to humans as well, and there's more and more studies coming out to support that also.
Now, you've been up and running up there in Meath for about 4 or 5 years. You produce fertilizer from the protein. You produce certain types of oils and grubs for animal feed. But there's a decision coming from the European Union as well on opening up the chicken feed and pig feed market pretty soon, and that has big implications for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot in the pipeline at the moment for insect protein, but yes, approval for poultry and swine for insect protein, that it can be used as an ingredient in poultry and swine diets is expected actually in the next 2 to 3 months. So that's something that we're hugely excited about it, and we're gearing up. We're gearing up our own production, and we're gearing up for a major expansion later this year. It means we can start supplying the insect protein meal that we produce directly into poultry diets. It can be blended in even at a low inclusion rate, and also into swine diets as well. That's going to open up two massive markets to us in Europe with this expected approval. So we're really excited about that.
What size is your plant at the moment, Alvan? How many people do you employ, and what would your expansion plans be if this ruling comes through?
So our plant it's around 15,000 square foot at the moment. We employ 25 people. We would be looking at a major expansion to around 150,000 square foot facility. So it's quite a big jump, but that is the scale at which we're seeing across the industry with other competitors, and the type of plants that are actually being built at the moment in Europe to meet this large demand.
And it sounds like you're going to need funding to finance that. Are you out there in the market at the moment?
We're gearing up and getting ready to go out to the market quite soon. Yeah.
Okay, well, the best of luck with that, Alvan Hunt of Hexafly, on the expanding market for animal feed coming from protein from insect farming, but also as a result of yesterday's European Food Authority decision, the potential also in the human food chain for insect-derived protein. The world is changing.